Donald Trump taps Oklahoma Attorney General. Climate change doubter Scott Pruitt to lead EPA. President-elect Donald Trump reportedly has selected Oklahoma Attorney General Scott Pruitt to lead the Environmental Protection Agency, drawing swift condemnation from Democrats and environmental groups. Pruitt, a Republican, has openly questioned the existence of man-made climate change since taking office in 2011. Declaring in a May 17 op-ed in the conservative National Review that the debate is far from settled. The vast majority of scientists agree that heat-trapping carbon emissions from human activity are causing global warming. Scientists continue to disagree about the degree and extent of global warming and its connection to the actions of mankind, Pruitt co-wrote with Alabama Attorney General Luther Strange. Pruitt has also been a vocal critic of EPA regulations. He has filed or joined multiple lawsuits against the EPA, including an effort by more than 24 states to block the Clean Power Plan, the first federal limits on heat-trapping carbon emissions from existing power plants. Pruitt has characterized the regulation and others as executive overreach. No state should comply with the Clean Power Plan if it means surrendering decision-making authority to the EPA, Pruitt testified before a Senate Energy and Natural Resources Subcommittee in May 2015. States should be left to make decisions on fuel diversity that best meet their generation needs. Many of his letters to the EPA, Interior Department, and White House, however, were originally drafted by energy industry lobbyists. A 2014 New York Times investigation showed, as Attorney General and also President of the Republican Attorneys General Association, Pruitt emerged as a key player in what the Times described as a secretive alliance of attorneys general and energy firms, and drew close to oil baron Harold Doub, chief executive of one of the biggest oil and gas drilling companies in Oklahoma and a confidant of Trump. Environmental groups and at least one former Obama administration official excoriated Trump's selection of Pruitt, describing it, in light of Pruitt's stance on climate change, in unusually stark terms. Trump, in November 2012, called climate change a concept created by and for the Chinese in order to make U.S. manufacturing non-competitive. Since, he has both denied saying climate change is a Chinese hoax and claimed he was joking when he did say it. And although he met with former Vice President and environmental advocate Al Gore on Monday, advocates were unmoved. "You couldn't pick a better fossil fuel industry puppet," May Bove, executive director of the environmental group 350.org, said in a statement. Pruitt's appointment reveals Trump's climate flip-flopping in meetings with Gore as nothing more than a smokescreen. This is an administration that is dead set on putting polluters ahead of people every single time. The EPA should be limiting carbon pollution and putting the brakes on reckless oil and gas development, not defending big oil and putting the planet's future at risk. Oklahoma generates about a third of its electricity from coal, and more than half from natural gas, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration. The state was also the country's third-largest producer of natural gas in 2015. Oklahoma's oil and gas sector drew increased attention and scrutiny after powerful earthquakes, once rare, began rattling much of the state in 2009 and struck more often as shale oil and gas drilling expanded. The earthquakes subsided in frequency after regulators, initially resistant to implementing new regulations, set new limits for underground injection of wastewater from shale operations.